All right, I'll give it a go in a minute. Let me suffer through this Kronshtadt game first. I'm actually actually I'll stick with defeat DFA. This is fine. All right, this is yeah, okay. Burn less, flood less, heal more. Don't care about speed. All right, Kronshtadt in ranked for Mr. Do. Now the ranked is my choice. I'm choosing to play the ship in ranked because it's like, why not? If I'm gonna win a game, let's at least try and get some steel out of it, right? Okay. Chungmoon Benson. Let's think here. What we got? Donskoy. Okay, so me and a Donskoy. I'm thinking I go to B. I'm gonna go to B and set up shop. Penguin? That's not a prediction. That's a fact. Have you played this ship? Kronshtadt can't hit anything.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Kronstadt's like, I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of shells down range and pray really hard. Except that we're a communist country and we don't believe in God, so crap. These are 305mm shells, demo. These want to be the same shells. This ship wants to be Stalingrad, except it's inferior in basically every way that matters. In the sense of Stalingrad hits what you aim at, Kronshtadt sees what you aim at and go, bitch, please. I ain't going there. Da tovarish. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up shop probably on one side or the other of this island and play B-cap defense while throwing shells kind of in this, kind of cover the middle of the board in the C-cap, right? I'll have to trust the Asashio that he is better than his name indicates. Pan-EU and Pan-Asia DDs are coming to console. The European destroyers I like. There are some ships in that line that are not amazing, but overall the line is fun. It shoots down planes really nicely. I think they're going to be great ASW boats when the time comes. There's a lot of things to like about those ships. The Pan-Asian destroyers are a super mixed bag. Some of those ships are really good. Some of those ships are really not good. All their battleships went the other way. This is going to be a weird game. The struggle with Pan-Asia is that every tier, basically every tier is radically different from every other tier, right? That's the frustration that you're going to have with the Pan-Asian line. They're very uneven and very inconsistent. I'm gonna post up on the outside of this island. I think the enemy Kronshtadt is downrange of me because they have a Neptune. They have 3 battleships over here, and then there's me.
You're crazy, son.
MLN with the resub. Thank you so much. Speaking of Kronshtadt, how can I spot this guy at 17 kilometers? Holy bejesus. That guy's turning in. I wish he was turning out, but he's not. Okay, it's fine. We've got a cap lead. That's what I care about right now. I might be able to get a cheap shot on this Missouri. I'm not going to be able to get shells on him in time. Why are all my battleships running? I'm not lit, so there's not a destroyer kind of over on this half of the map, which is interesting. That's very interesting. All right, Draco, we'll do the hiding game next. I'll take a break from ranked for a bit. I might be able to hope that I can catch this other Kronshtadt napping, maybe. But probably not. it's made even worse by the fact that the Asashio cannot meaningfully damage him. And see, he's got somebody smoking him, and I don't. Now, he's in my radar range. But you see there, like, the guy's stationary, and I still can't hit him. Look at it. Look at these shells. They're just like... It's like throwing spit at a wall. You have no idea what's going to happen. How is he putting 9k through my bow, and I can't hit him? Fellas. I hate this ship so much. Ship can't hit anything. He gets 4k and a gun in cap, and I get 4k.
Much better.
I know that feeling, Askins. Now, what I suspect is happening is that I'm glad the Asashio is finally getting a little aggressive, because I needed him to. Thank you for your support. Our battleships have literally seeded a cap that our Mogador busted his ass to get. I'm not a huge fan of this. We got the Georgia, at least. That's something. All right, the Kron is leaving. There was the shot that I was looking for, but let's try and finish the Benson.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Come on, Asashio. You're going to have to get him. There we go. Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's push this jerk. I'm switching to HE because I just lit him on fire and he repaired one fire. So I'm going to try and get him to light again, but I have no spotting right now, which feels pretty crappy. So let's see what we can do. There he is. Every single time you think you get a good salvo, the armor's like, whatever. Get wrecked. I need a battleship up here to be useful, and this seems unlikely at the moment. Random butt citadel, apparently. Go figure. Come on, shells. That's the best chance you're going to get. Well, I got one at least. Is he coming back? This feels like an inadvisable decision, sir. I kind of question your board position at this point, my friend. I'm not sure why you continue to show me this angle, but I'm going to keep crushing you for it, or at least as best I can, with a ship that doesn't really hit what it aims at very much. Okay. Kind of confused, not gonna lie. Okay, well, that worked.
Like a shit cookie.
I don't feel like I won that duel so much as he threw it. And I guess I should be looking at... Yeah, getting on to be giveaway time pretty soon. Guys, make sure you're entered. Giveaway is going to be soon-ish. Yeah, he did, Vanth. I don't feel like I won that so much as he just kind of coughed it up. He just was like, ah, we're done here. Had enough. All right, well, you do you, I guess. Got a solid lead in ships now. Don't know that that's going to work very well. I'll have to see what I can get over the island. No, I got 3 shells over. Feels bad. And he's turning out. Those aren't going to hit. Yeah, I'm not going to get much out of those. What do we got? A Neptune, a Chungmu, and a Mizzou. The Mizzou is basically running. Disagree, Madoki. Disagree. I had a brawl game. In my Prince Eugen. 1v1, me versus a Kaga. The Kaga barely touched me. I shot down 90 planes and capped him out. Disagree. In a random battle, you have a stronger case to make. In a 1v1, I'm not convinced. I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Zoop did that great video on 1v1's Enterprise, right? He had a brawl game. One of his buddies sent him, right? 1v1 Enterprise game in Brawl. And the guy like narrowly lost it, right? Like he almost pulled it off, but just didn't quite get there. But I was like, eh.
Let's see what they look like.
Our Mogador is asking for death. I find this decision curious. This Neptune has no idea where I am, but he's about to learn the hard way. Sup? Was it a Buffalo, Ironlight? No, it was a Baltimore. It was a Baltimore. And yes, Ironlight, I had some frustrations watching that game too. I was watching it, for starters, in a 1v1 engagement against a carrier, okay? And you have defensive fire. You have to understand what the carrier is capable of with each of his ordnance types, okay? So okay, I'm a Prince Eugen against a Kaga. All right, this is the specific engagement that I played. When I look across at the Kaga, what am I worried about? I'm worried about his torpedoes. I'm not really worried about his rockets. He'll hit me, I'll take some chip damage, he might light a fire. His bombs, again, his bombs will hit me decently, but it's going to be some couple of full pins, maybe a fire. I'm an Eugen, right? I'm an Eugen. I don't really care. I'll just heal back the fire damage. I'm not sweating. The torpedoes are what I have to worry about. I also know, going into that engagement, that a Kaga has 36 of each major type of aircraft on his deck, basically ready. Well, 24 of the rockets, but the big ones, right? The torpedoes and the bombs, he's got loads of them. So I know that if I can meaningfully destroy a significant portion of his torpedo armament in a reasonable amount of time, I have largely taken his striking power away. What he has left is chip damage with the rockets and the bombs and maybe some fires, okay? Now, I'm going to put this game on YouTube eventually. There were 2 things that kept happening in this game. One was the Kaga player kept trying to drop in front of me to force me on a course and then cross-drop me to land torpedoes. He kept failing at it. Senpai with the resub. Thank you kindly. So he kept failing at it. That was part of the problem. The other problem he ran into was he kept missing. I kept swerving out of his dive bombers at the last moment, for example. This guy did not meaningfully damage me until almost, I think, 6 or 7 minutes had gone by in a carrier. It's the first time he actually touched me. He tried torping me. 2 different torp squadrons came in. I took 0 torps. He brought in the bombs. He missed 2 drops and I blew away the rest of the squadron. By the time he finally landed a bomb drop, I had essentially annihilated 2 full squadrons of torpedoes, and he was stuck with a partial torpedo squad and a squadron of bombers, and of course he still had not brought out the rockets yet, so he had plenty of rockets. By that point, I had double capped. This is Sleeping Giant, and it's 800 points to 350 or whatever it is. The game's over in 30 seconds. You're not going to kill me in 30 seconds. Right? So, in a 1v1 engagement in Brawl against a carrier, how are you going to win? You're going to win on cap points and surviving. Okay? A ship with a heal gives you a leg up. A ship with decent AA gives you a leg up. But all of these factors come together and do at least, I haven't forgotten Iron Mech, and they do at least partially impact what you're able to do to stay in the game long enough to put the carrier player under a tremendous amount of pressure. The carrier player will not cap. You must get into the caps. This is the thing that drove me crazy about watching that game that Zoop posted on his YouTube page. Not that the Baltimore player... Okay, there were two things the Baltimore player did in that engagement that I didn't like. One, he was way too conservative with his defensive fires, right? Way too conservative. Yes, I know that he's going to bring back planes, but the faster that you... In a 1v1 engagement, the faster you cost the carrier player squadrons, the sooner you start forcing him to make suboptimal plane decisions about what he's going to attack you with, okay? So that's one thing. And the other thing that I didn't like, he didn't go to the double cap zone. Right? The faster you can double cap a carrier, you now have put a time limit on the game. The carrier has to kill you in whatever it is, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however it is until you win out on points. If he can't, if you're able to dodge, if his RNG isn't good enough, if your AA shoots down too many planes at the wrong time, he loses.
Son of a bitch, you did.
Mythic, thank you. Appreciate the resub. So there's a million reasons that I look at an engagement like that and I don't mind it, right? I understand why people don't like it, but in me, 1v1 brawl against a carrier is honestly not an engagement that I'm upset about as long as I've taken the right ship. If I'm in if I'm in a Sashio and the enemy guy's a carrier, my life sucks, right? If I'm in an Eugen, if I'm in a North Carolina, if I'm in Massachusetts or in Alabama, my life doesn't feel so bad, right? Life doesn't feel so bad at all.